is a certified cosmetic surgeon. He's going to help us dispel some myths about Botox and fillers, and is here definitely in his capacity to do so. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Yes, thank you for having me over today.
I am super excited to have you, honestly, because I've always had questions about these things. You know, I believe that some of the lines on our faces are natural. You know how sometimes a person gets a pot belly and they say go to the gym, and then I can get rid of it with what you call it, liposuction and all that. No, why don't you try the natural way? So we're looking for natural ways of dealing with stuff on us. And when I saw Botox and fillers, I had some questions. So perhaps just like me, my viewers out there would like to know what exactly Botox is.
Okay. Botox is what they call a neurotoxin. That's the chemical name for it. It's a neurotoxin. And there are different types of neurotoxin, and Botox is one of them. Probably the one that was approved for use earlier than its competitors.
Okay.
So there is Dysport, which is also another neurotoxin, and there are a couple of, maybe about 4 different types of neurotoxins. All right. So, and what does Botox or Dysport or any of the neurotoxins do? Basically, what they would do is when you inject them into the muscle and it reaches the nerve, it goes to relax the nerve from causing contraction of the muscle. And when that happens, it's for a certain period of time. And after that period, it wears off. And then the muscle can now contract like it was before. So what really is happening is that the many times that we frown, the many times that we get angry, the many times that we show expression in our faces, we express these expressions through the muscles in the face. And so that is how they were developed. You know, Botox and fillers, they're for cosmetic use.
Okay.
Having said that, there are other people who have certain, what they call neurologic problems, that they need certain muscles to be relaxed. And so when they go to their doctors, they are prescribed Botox or Dysport to relax those muscles. You know, these are people who have problems with certain muscles, and for some reason it sometimes makes them what they call spastic. You know, they can't move in certain ways. So that is the medical use of these neurotoxins.
Okay.
But what you are describing here is more a cosmetic use for neurotoxins.
Okay.
And they come in the form of, they're prepared in the form of a powder, and we mix them with what they called normal saline or some particular type of, it's a type of water, you know, and with that we have certain measurements that we need to make to inject the medicine or the Botox or the Dysport in the right place.
Okay.
Otherwise, what happens is that if you don't inject in the right place, then someone can appear as if they are paralyzed in one part of their face or the other, because the person who is injecting it didn't know where to inject it. And then you have this asymmetry in your face.
Interesting. let me attempt to summarize what you just said.
Okay.
If I understood you.
Yes.
So basically, what Botox, which is a neurotoxin,
yes,
just like other neurotoxins out there, like you said, you mentioned the sport and
yes,
others, what they do is that they basically relax the muscles in our bodies.
yes.
Is it just on the face or any part of the body? Neurotoxins in general?
Any part of the body. Exterior body.
Exterior?
Yeah, not internal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Botox specifically is more cosmetic than medical. Is that what you? Is that what
No,
you
it is both.
It's both.
It is both medical and cosmetic.
Okay.
Or aesthetic.
Okay.
And depending on your situation and what you want, that's when you go for the aesthetic part, or your doctor will prescribe for you to get the medical use of Botox.
Okay.
So typically, if you need it for a medical condition, your doctor will give you a prescription for it. If you need it for a cosmetic or aesthetic condition, the doctor doesn't have to prescribe it. You just go in, you pay for it, and
you get it done.
The experienced doctor will perform the procedure for you.
You get it done. So for learning purposes, could you tell me what conditions will warrant a doctor to prescribe something like a Botox to you?
For instance, someone will have, there are certain conditions that will sometimes you have some spasticity of your muscles.
Okay.
So the muscles, they're so tight, they don't allow you to move properly.
Right.
You know, and especially for walking. You know, so people who have been maybe paralyzed for a while, the muscles are not functioning properly. So they sometimes, you know, they can't even bend their knees.
Right.
And so the doctor will prescribe that, okay, you need to get this neurotoxin to relax those muscles so that you can bend.
Now I understand.
You know, so it's more functional. You know, so that is the medical need for
I have a friend who says every year she has to go for some injections in her knees to help her move. Okay, makes sense now. Let's come back to the cosmetology or the cosmetic part of it. We have this beautiful young woman here who probably comes to you and says that when I smile, I have lines on my face. So, you know, she has these things here. What are you going to do? What are you going to prescribe? Botox?
Well, no.
Okay.
Okay. The lines that Botox typically is used to clear those lines. The number one area, we call that the number 11 sign. So you have two deep grooves between here, between the eyebrows, and it appears as if the person is angry. You know, there's you know, one of the folks in Ghana who always, you know, anytime I looked at him, I said, oh man, this guy, he looks like he's angry, but he's not angry. But that's what it is, because the muscles are contracted so much so that you have deep lines, deep grooves between their eyebrows.
Do I have some? I have to be certain. Do I have some over there? Thank you.
No.
Okay.
No. You see, so basically, then what we would do is we inject. There are different types of muscles around here.
Okay.
So we inject. We calculate how much they need. We inject over here, and sometimes we may go this direction, and then we come up and inject some muscles here, and then some muscle over here, and then it takes maybe 4 to 5 days for the results to kick in. Yes.
Okay.
And then when they kick in, then now you don't see those lines anymore. Okay. The other popular area also is the forehead here. Sometimes there are lines over here, and people say, look, I don't like these lines. And what it means is that you've been frowning too much, you know, or too frequently. People are making you so angry, you're always frowning, and then now the muscles just keep frowning, and then you have these deep lines, you know, across your forehead. Then we'll have to go in and inject certain units of of Botox in here and relax them, and so the face, the skin and the face looks
relaxed.
Yes.
Okay.
That's Botox.
That's Botox. Okay. So what about the worry lines?
Yes.
The worry lines, the smile lines.
The smile lines over here. The smile lines over here. They also come with age, and these don't involve Botox. They involve what we call the fillers.
Okay.
Fillers, dermal fillers. They're like gel, and they are different brands, you know. And I brought some here for people to see. This is a company that makes these. You know, this is how they come.
Okay.
You know, this is dermal filler, and it's like a gel, a clear gel that's in here. And basically, what happens is that you know, when we realize that the patient says they want it, we break it open, and then we connect a needle to it, and then we're able to inject, okay? And we fill the groove. So we're introducing volume,
right,
to fill the groove.
Right.
And so when we fill the groove, basically what happens is that she appears as if she doesn't have deep lines anymore.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And the body, you know, it's called hyaluronic acid.
Okay.
The body produces them, and basically what happens is that they also become metabolized or broken down by the body. So you inject it, everything looks nice, and within maybe 6 to 9 months, and some of them maybe a year, the body breaks it down and they disappears.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, having said that, that's the good side of it.
Okay.
One has to be cautious on who is giving you the injection.
Look, we'll come to that.
All right.
So we'll come to that. So both the Botox and the fillers. Now I get the difference between the fillers and the Botox. So
Yes.
while the Botox relaxes the muscles, the fillers go in to fill volumes in
Yes.
the face. Okay. And this can only be prescribed by a certified surgeon like yourself, right? You can't walk into a pharmacy and say, I want this. So can you?
Well, you see, the certain pharmacies maybe are authorized to sell them, okay? And the most important part of it is, one, find somebody who is trained to inject, okay? And two, make sure that people are purchasing it from a reputable company, because there are a lot of fakes around, you know, and they come out cheaper, and you know, sometimes they look just as good as the real one.
Okay.
And so you cannot be sure, but you have to have it at the back of your mind before you go in for these things.
Beautiful. Doc, Dr. Tebra, is it a good time? Maybe it's a good time to do a demonstration for us. Are you ready? Maybe you can do a demonstration for us on how you do fillers. Perhaps, I don't know, are you going to do it for real, or maybe you just demonstrate it for us, how you do the injection, or how, if I grab it, I can't inject it myself. It has to be
someone
to do it for me.
Yes, someone has to.
So perhaps a demonstration, and while you're doing it, I'll ask you, when I feel my face or when I apply Botox, is it forever and ever, or do I have to renew? Do I have to come back for additional ones?
It wears off.
Okay.
With time.
How long?
Probably, I would say 6 to 9 months. You know, it's worn off. Your body has broken it down. Botox, yes.
Okay.
And you know, similarly for
fillers.
the fillers, but there's some fillers actually that last about 5 years. Okay, and most fillers last about between 6 months and 1 year. So after a year, you may have to go and get a top up, you know, of the fillers. All right.
And how affordable are they?
Well,
affordability is relative. Eh? Beauty is expensive. Eh?
Well, it's not cheap. I mean, basically, you know, you can a box like 2 of these may go for maybe $700 or $800. Yes.
Dollars, not
yes,
cedis.
No, dollars.
Oh.
Yes, dollars.
Right. So that's approximately $800 in Ghana cedi today will be.
So let's say 10.
Let's say 10. Okay, so
yeah.
So 100. Let's say $1,000. You mean?
800.
Okay,
times
8 times 10. That's
8,000.
8,000.
Yeah.
8,000 cedis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Beauty is expensive. It sure is. I guess the main question also will be the side effects of these things. People are concerned. Are there side effects?
Yes, there are. There are. And the number one side effect of the number one side effect of the filler is the potential that it gets into a blood vessel. Okay, and if you don't know your anatomy very well because you haven't been trained, and you go and inject into a blood vessel, especially in the face, sometimes it can cause blindness.
Okay.
So it's not a simple thing. Anybody trying to inject you, you have to be careful who is giving it to you. Now, and because of that, it's usually makes a lot of sense for all of us who are doing these things. We have these needles that are blunt at the end. They are blunt at the end. And there's a hole that comes on the side, at the tip.
Right.
Okay? So this is a safer way to inject a filler. Because what happens is that first you use the sharp end of the needle to just make a puncture.
Okay.
A puncture. Once you do the puncture, then this is already attached to the syringe for the filler. Okay. And you've introduced the filler, and you can see that the filler is coming to the on the side. And then you insert this into the opening that you made with the needle.